One of the big use cases in BigQuery is that if you have some very contrasting workloads, then it is often a good practice to isolate those into different reservations, different pricing structures that way to reduce the impact of those as they do go up. In this case, due to the prices that Sale mentioned, that the prices are massively going up due to flat rate commits expiring, there are things that you can do at a high level to lessen the impact of those by firstly optimizing your workloads to make best use of the features of the pricing plan that you're on. And like you say, isolating workloads, like if you have two projects, maybe with contrasting workloads, some you doing BI, perhaps you might want to maybe use some of the enterprise edition features there for those projects. But then for other projects, you might find it better to move those onto a different type of reservations, maybe a standard reservation, or even, separate them out very differently, maybe depending on what features you need. So that's how you can lessen the impact of the high price ranges, or you can also make use of some of the features you may get, like maybe moving some of the workloads onto on demand, perhaps if workloads are maybe more spiky in other projects. Yeah, there's quite a lot you can do, but I think the big key as well is making sure your workloads are optimized in the first place. Like with BigQuery, you have a very cool feature, BI engine, which we'll be sharing a link to that after this as well. But you have the BI engine feature that comes with BigQuery to optimize your BI workloads that is worth looking at to maybe improve your pricing increases there if you're able to optimize any BI workloads that you have. And then there are other features as well that you might want to consider as well, like even partitioning and clustering on your tables in BigQuery to make sure that the queries that you currently have running are running them as efficiently as they can. And then from that should hopefully reduce the impact of your flat rate going up with the new additions prices that we've seen.
To add more color to that, basically, if you have ad hoc workloads in the same project as maybe something that runs consistent, like a daily or hourly job, if you're on additions, you're going to be overpaying on those ad hoc queries. Yeah. And then if you're on demand, you're going to be overpaying on those steady workloads that are running hourly. And so by splitting them up into separate projects, you can mix and match the right pricing, whether it's on demand or additions in general, or the right addition if you need standard for one and enterprise for another, because for that project is your BI workloads and you want BI engine just for that. Split things up before going from flat rate to additions, or even now, if you're on additions or if you have a complex setup, you're going to save yourself money / not overspend.
Yeah, it's a very good example you just gave there, Matan. I've had a customer in the last week where we had that same problem where they had a consistent DBT workload that was running jobs throughout the day, pretty much every hour on the hour. Then they also had that mixed previously and with some ad hoc workloads that made the usage quite spiky and also caused slot contention on that same BigQuery reservation as well. So it was better for them to isolate their workloads, and they actually ended up saving a lot of money by basically running those workloads that I mentioned, that the very spiky ones that were running like once or twice a day. It was beneficial to them to run them from a different project even, or a different. It was better for them to run them in a different price point even. Yeah, these are things you can definitely do to optimize these costs.